just set up. I was just getting it posted and shared and all that good stuff. So if anyone wanted to join, and I'm just going to give it a moment. And for anyone that would like to dial in, I know it's the middle of the day. Sometimes that's just not available for a lot of people. So, but everything I bring through is purely intuitive, and I just drop in. It's intuitive, it's organic. So, for those that are here, for anyone that's here, please let me know if you're able to see. Oh, no. Sorry about that. No, no. It's not what I thought it was going to be there. No. Just let me know. Just let me know how the video is. Please, if you're able to comment, just let me know if it's clear. I'm hoping it is. Hoping the connection is going to hold up. I'm very much hoping. So just please let me know if you have an issue with seeing the video, if it's too choppy, if you're not able to hear me. Just please let me know. And welcome. Just waiting a few moments and giving those that would like to join an opportunity to join. I'm super grateful to have those of you here that are choosing to dial in and choosing to receive. As always, it's an honor to be present and to co-create with you, to journey with you through consciousness and the octaves. All right, so I'm guessing that everything is good on the video. So I'm going to grab my water and we're going to begin. All right, so welcome. Again, please let me know if there's an issue with the video. If you're not able to see me, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying. If you're really not able to connect in, if it's freezing or if you can't hear me, just please let me know. This way I can shift it. Welcome, Aurora. Thank you, beautiful. Yeah, Instagram was just not. This has been happening. It's just not upholding the frequency, it feels like. And it's not that, I mean, obviously apps and technology and internet are not upholding the highest frequency. We understand this, but I've definitely witnessed recently where Instagram was way more choppy than normal, like just freezing and kicking. That's what was happening earlier, was kicking people out. So thank you for those of you. Okay, good. I'm glad you can hear. And it could also be, so Aurora, is the video clear for you or is it choppy? Now, I did notice, or kind of blurry, I was witnessing on Instagram how it was kicking people out. It was definitely kicking people out. So, oops, sorry, you guys. Sorry, trying to get it in a good position here. But I'm glad you can hear. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. That's the most important thing. The video is great, but it's the most important thing is actually being able to hear. That's absolutely the most important thing. So, and I'm not really surprised at the way that technology and everything is responding, because the message that's here, and I could actually feel it when I was on Instagram. I did not feel fully, like I just didn't, I didn't feel I could feel the disconnect. I could feel it. I could just tell like that wasn't where I was meant to be bringing it through. I can feel it much easier here. It just, I move between platforms based on where the message is meant to be brought through because there's always an intentional purpose for that. So, okay. Well, we can, that's good. At least it's just slightly blurry at moments and it's not freezing. That's a very good thing. And the voice is good and clear. So that's a very good thing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right. We will move from here then. So the message, and I'm actually really feeling this right now, and I'm actually feeling whether or not I should change seats and shift back to where I was. My hip, we have been clearing so much in the hips, in the thighs. I've been witnessing where there's this ability where when we're dialing in and we're channeling and we're bringing light through, we have like two versions of ourselves where we're present and we're speaking and we're expressing and we're free. But as soon as we come back in to a need to express or a need to understand or a need to connect, then we disconnect. So, oh, welcome, Gina. I'm so grateful to hear you. I mean, so grateful to have you, and I'm so grateful you can hear me. Words have been just, I can tell where so much is reconstructing right now, you guys. So much. Yay! So happy to have my sisters here. Aurora, Gina, Akandara. Okay, beautifuls. I'm actually gonna, since you guys can hear me, I'm just gonna move back to this seat because, oh, I can feel where my hips are. I can feel where I'm gonna need to sit in this space. So I just need to shift because we're gonna be really doing some reconstruction, you guys. I'm feeling it. And I'm going to bring through, let me get my fan. I have to get my fan. I'm feeling where, as these lines are clearing, these chaos lines are clearing. Please let me know if there's an issue as well with the video as I've shifted. This has been coming through. I notice it. Yeah, the right side. We're going to talk about this. So you guys know, obviously, I have the greatest connection with what's moving through those in my group space because I'm always connected. Those of you guys that are here from my group space know this. We're always connected and we're always speaking into what's here and what's being exchanged. But it's also one second, let me calibrate to what's here. So as we are moving, as we are moving into a greater state of unity, we have an opportunity for us to witness ourselves where we hold separation still. So this was coming through in the group because when you're a part of a group space, especially depending on what the agreement for that space is. So for my group space, the agreement is unity, consciousness, continual initiation into the octaves of consciousness and the embodiment of those octaves. So we are consistently mirroring what is present, right, through those initiations. And many of you that are leading, guiding groups, you guys know how this is, or if you're a part of a group, they're mirrors, right? We're mirrors of each other. What I was witnessing was that this was happening for each of us as we're moving through these chaos lines where in regards to how we view ourselves in unity, it was happening actually through separation. So for instance, for those in the group, there were those that were feeling overwhelmed by the exchange of energy in the group. They were feeling like they weren't quite able to connect in. And immediately what I recognized was, and this is what I expressed, I was like, it's not the group. The overwhelm is a choice. It's not the group. You hold an agreement to receive yourself in that space. So if you feel that it's just the group, you're saying, I'm disconnected from myself, because you're just receiving yourself in that agreement of a collective offering. So, oh, okay, Gina, thank you. Yes. Okay. I'm just so glad this is coming through, you guys, because I'm feeling it. Absolutely. That right hip, I've been feeling it in my right knee and in my left knee a little bit, where this reconstruction is happening, because our womb space is undergoing reconstruction. This is why these views of separation through unity have been coming up. Of course, like I said, I use my group as a point of reference because it's easy to just use that, right? So when this perception came through, and this morning in the conversation, when I was having a conversation with one of the group members, I was also having a conversation with one of them yesterday evening. And I expressed to both the same thing, because the message was very similar. There was this responsibility that was coming in. Like, when I go to receive, there's all these messages. And when I go to receive, I don't feel like I can connect. When I go to receive, I don't feel like I'm at the same frequency as everyone else. And immediately, yeah. Oh, Irene, welcome, beautiful. Thank you. I didn't see her drop in. Immediately I brought this into the awareness that you're disconnecting from yourself. It's, if you go to view receiving yourself as a responsibility, because everyone in the space is a mirror of you, and you hold an agreement, therefore your energy is in the space. So if you view it as a responsibility or a job to receive, where, oh, I have to catch up, then you're continuously feeling like you have a responsibility. Therefore, you're going to immediately block yourself. And that block is separation. And immediately also in the conversation this morning was, I don't think I'm projecting, because I was channeling light and I was connecting into light last night. I was connecting into cosmic, the cosmic family, if you will, that come through for this soul. And I said, just because we channel light doesn't mean we're not projecting. And just because we channel light doesn't mean we're not still viewing ourselves in separation. We have two versions of ourselves. And we can very easily channel light. And when we channel light, we're automatically bringing ourselves into a state of unity. But immediately when we step back into viewing unity through others, we are moving through lines where we are understanding that how we view must shift, especially if we view it as it's what they are doing, it's how they are feeling, it's what they are expressing, because then the focus is hyper active and intensified, and immediately you're already disconnected from yourself, because you're viewing it through the mind, which is saying, I can't do this because this is not where I am, and I am not at the frequency, and that's so much I have to receive and so much that I have to catch up on. And this is also, I feel, what prevents people from joining spaces a lot of times, not realizing that you're just receiving yourself as a mirror. And oh, thank you. Lower back. I felt called to walk today. Yep. Absolutely. I was just walking yesterday, channeling. I have a video I'm going to share on Instagram in a little bit of channeling. I've shared it with some of you that I have connections with on WhatsApp. I'll be sharing it on Instagram. And it was a channeling. It's a song of water, which I feel is going to really assist us as we're moving through this. And right now, we have an opportunity to understand that there is some version of us that is present. And I would like everyone to take a moment and tune into this. There is a version of us that's present. It's being mirrored back to us through others. If when you go to connect in with others, you have any resistance where you're feeling unworthy, where you're like, oh, I just don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I should share. I just don't feel like I'm connected because what I'm receiving of myself is different. If you're bearing the responsibility of what you bring through, if the way that you connect with others is solely outlined in a responsibility platform or a responsibility lens, where it's a job you have to do, then the playfulness aspect isn't present. It doesn't have an opportunity to be present because you're immediately putting that shadow aspect of you in the way. Therefore, you're in this understanding of unity through the mind. This also came through in the call earlier was, I get it up here. I understand everything that you're saying, but I'm just not feeling it here. And immediately there was this declaration of, well, I need to just, I got it. I understand it. Now I need time to work through it. The only time is now. If we feel like we need time, we will immediately disconnect ourselves and run. That we will divert ourselves because we are using that as an excuse to distract ourselves from being present now, instead of just taking that opportunity to be present now and accepting it, not just understanding it through the mind, because that's where a lot of people stop. Is they stop here and they say, okay, yeah, I get it, I hear you, I get it. And so I followed it up with, I said, okay, so you've acknowledged it. Have you accepted it? And there was this, no, that's resistant. Nope. Nope, I'm not accepting it. I'm very resistant to accepting it. And I said, is it because you feel like it's still not fully you? It's still somewhat others, where you're still just not willing to accept that you're projecting a shadow aspect of yourself, where you're not willing to take responsibility for what you're projecting? And immediately was like, yeah, yeah. So I love this. Thank you for sharing, Akindara. And thank you. Thank you. I am grateful to be a mirror, and I am grateful to have each and every one of you as mirrors. And we end up removing ourselves from unity. Absolutely, Yvonne. We remove ourselves from unity. We separate ourselves because that's our natural, through the mind, that's our natural response mechanism. It's fight or flight. It's like, I need to resist this, I need to fight it, or I need to just not connect into it. And so we run and we divert. When we're called into the embodiment of the Christos, or the unity of the masculine and feminine, then there are these aspects of self that are going to cross our path, that are going to call us into a space where that is available, that are going to call us into a space where we can unify to a greater degree. Again, we don't know, we know. And unless we have that reference point, we tend to think that we've got it. We tend to think that we've got it. And sometimes, even when we have that continual reference point, we will resist it because we hold ourselves in such a space that says, you know what, there's just what's here, it's not deep enough for me. There's not enough. I'm, you know what, it's just not, it's not, there's no depth. There's no, it's not worded in the way, it's not presented in the way that I think it needs to be. Instead, the invitation is every expression is pure because it is coming from authenticity. It is not about, if you need a space to be structured in a way that gives you the depth that you think that you deserve, then you are then again separate. You are distorting yourself. You are not allowing yourself to be unified with the expression of others. It's not that generic, I'm not talking about the generic kumbaya, you guys, like where we just are in a group for the sake of being in a group, and we're like, we're all in this together, we're all in this together. That's what I call the generic kumbaya, where everyone says, well, I can't do that. Where they're still afraid to stand in their authentic expression, where they're still afraid to authentically shine, where they're not expressing the authority of their light. They're just in a space for the sake of being there and for the sake of being seen, and also for the sake of others telling them how they should see. That's another one. This again distorts our sovereignty. And I would invite you to take a moment and to feel where, again, we're feeling, okay, so the places we're feeling it in our bodies, these were the lines of Lemurian, Andromedan. I'm feeling some Atlantean as well, but these were the inheritance of our distorted masculine lines. And what I have experienced through the distortion of the masculine, which was actually also a distortion of the feminine, through Lemuria, is there are lines where the feminine was not allowed to be in her sacred expression. When the lines of power started to flow away from unity and into separation, which this is always and ever, it's divine chaos, which is divinely orchestrated. So it's because there was, in this realm, even in Lemuria and Atlantis, there's still sovereign free will choice. And anytime there is choice, there is an opportunity for golden lines to come into golden pure lines to come into those of chaos. And when you start to move from the inner dimensions into the outer dimensions of the planet, you're coming into a heavier, denser layer of experience, which weighs down the vibration. And as we begin to shift into an outer layer where we were constructing and bringing and just experiencing by just testing it out, seeing how we could bring those inner dimensions out here. It's always and ever. It's always and ever. We're like kids in a classroom that are just testing things out, just seeing how it works. That's our eternal child. We're just playing. We're playing eternally, journeying eternally. And as we were playing around with these lines of time and having free will choice, the power tends to become distorted through the choice itself, where when one soul begins to harness power for the sake of controlling others, then separation begins to occur. Or where one person was not safe, they were not able to experience safety and security in their choice, where maybe they were expressing, maybe you've come in, I've used this before, as a prophet, an oracle, where there was a perception from other dimensional aspects where we knew that the lines were going to move towards a place of separation, and we were bestowed an opportunity to come in and declare through invitation only that there must be a new choice harnessed. There must be a new choice made. Those in power, when hierarchy began, there was an invitation for them to choose differently. When they didn't, we inherit the trauma of that choice. Why? Because especially if we're coming in and we, let's say we're not here, where our mission at that time or our purpose was not to be fully incarnate as a part of the collective, but just there to come in to experience for say just a small point of time, which in inner dimension that could be hundreds of years, we still end up absorbing into our soul. If we're not heard, if the delivery of the message was not received, if it was denied, again, denial is the highest and most powerful shadow aspect of acceptance, denial. So wherever energy was in denial, wherever vibration was in denial, then more separation occurred. And just like now, the threshold is coming into greater unity, then the threshold was going away from unity. And so we have many lines that we're reclaiming where the threshold was moving away from unity. So as those lines are coming back in, we are revisiting those experiences through our body, through our molecular, through our cells. And as we revisit them, if we are, again, consistently absorbed with what others are saying and what others are presenting, if we're consistently absorbed and focused on needing to receive or resisting the receiving, again, opposite ends of the spectrum, but both very, very powerful in their manipulation. then we ourselves again distort the reclamation. So I again invite there to be an awareness, or I invite you to call it into your awareness. Yeah, the denial. Not only that, because when we experience denial, even if we bring through pure, and our purity is denied, that the mirror of self is denied, we have a choice in that moment. Just like I do receive, there's a lot of, I've heard that the collective is not ready for pure tones. I would say that those that are ready to receive will receive, and those that are ready to receive will heighten the availability for the collective to receive. So if we deny ourselves the opportunity to bring through everything that we are, if we hold it back and say, well, they're just not ready, we are in denial. And I went through this for a long time. I held back. I did not fully bring through everything that I am. I mean, even in my lives months ago, I can tell you, it was everything that I was able to bring through, but it was not the highest and purest, simply because I was not allowing it to be the highest and purest. Also, because there was a level of mastery that I needed to move through. But everything is divinely aligned. I mean, I'm grateful. That's beautiful. It's an opportunity of witness. But this has come into my awareness more than once recently, where it's almost as if those are reflecting back to me that are in a place of power, that are saying, well, let us take what you are and let us water it down so that others can receive it. Right? Let us distort what is pure. And this is still present in the collective. I'm not saying it's not directly coming, but I can feel it, right? Let me reword that. I can feel where there is a holding back and a denial, where others are not fully allowing their own ability to offer and ability to receive through pure tones, because they're so used to this conditioned response of, I'm not ready. I mean, this has come through others, where others have approached me and said, I would love to connect, but I just don't feel like I'm at that level. I would love to be a part of the group space, but I just don't feel like I'm able to. And, or saying that, there's just too much going on in that group. And what I'm doing is more precious and more worthy of where I'm feeling called to be, but I'm going to deny that call because I'm going to say I can only be present and sovereign, or I can only honor what I am experiencing if I'm not exchanging with that agreement that I am being called to honor. So if you're being called and you're continuously having a call and you're feeling the connection into the call, but you deny it, you're denying yourself. You're not denying the space, and you're not denying the people in the space, and you're not denying anything that you're denying yourself. And we have so many offerings that are always in our field. And for those of you that offer, I'm saying this for all of us, whether you're receiving, whether you're offering, or both, we've got to be more intentional, because I can feel where things have been watered down for the sake so that others can receive. But you must remember that those that are meant to receive you at your highest and purest will always be there to receive you. If you water an offering down, you're not providing a clear channel, and you're not allowing others to show up and receive from a clear channel. So it's easy to do this when we structure it like a business, right? We can just be like, well, there's those that can receive this, and there's those that can receive this, and there's those that can't receive this, so they need to receive this. That's fragmentation, my dears. Do you feel that? It's fragmentation. Absolutely. It's like saying don't shine. So this is not something where you have to be a master anything other. You don't have to be a master healer. You don't have to be someone that's a master. I feel like this also prevents people from stepping into, is because they're saying, I'm not ready. And immediately when you declare that, you will project that I'm not ready. So I'm denying myself an opportunity right now to honor my sovereign authority, saying I am. I'm saying I'm not ready is like saying I'm not complete, I'm not whole, and I need more. If you say I'm not ready, you're saying I need more. I need more information. I need to understand something before I can. But that's the mind. There is nothing for us to understand in words, you guys. This is, again, I know that even in the outline of business, we have framed it in a way where we also are saying fifth dimension holds business opportunities. Our mission is unity consciousness. This is not saying that we're not going to have inventions and technology, and that we're not going to have gatherings, but we are the creators of what is available, and we are the ones that bring the templates through so that we can have a more unified gathering of experiences in this space, and whatever that's going to look like. It is safe to be seen. Yes, we are safe, we are safe, we are safe. Because we have inherited lines of chaos, and the definition of this realm has been one of separation, we came here with templates of mastery to bring the planet, and not just to bring the planet, to bring ourselves. We embody the planet. So the planet is merely the pure aspect of Gaia is Terra Nova, the star mother. She's pure consciousness. She is not just a solid organic structure. She is consciousness. So in order for us to experience consciousness, we must embody consciousness. And that's not just the physical. We also get stuck at the physical. The physical is the innermost experience. It is the densest, most innermost experience of all that we are. And because fifth dimension is frequentially not aligned to physical organic matter, we will transmute and we will align and shift and transcend within the physical to the point in which, until that vehicle can no longer sustain, and then we will shift into that which, what happens is we're going to embody all that we are, the emotional, the physical, the mental, meaning we accept all of those aspects of ourselves. And then we are going to, from that moment, we are unified in mind, body, soul. That's the Christ, that's the Christos, mind, body, soul, where we are one. And this is also why Christ was killed, quote unquote. It was all divinely orchestrated. He knew it, right? It was to show that there must be a death of the physical in order to rise and resurrect. So the resurrection, there was a transcendence point of shifting from physical into resurrected light. So this is what we're doing. This is why we are going through the Christed embodiment, mind, body, soul, so that we can shed the organic physical and rise into the body of light. So, absolutely. Yeah, we can master everything. And this is why, exactly, this is also never why we're expanding, mastering our authentic expression. These are the templates that we came here with. We're all ascended masters. We came here with our master templates, and we're meant to be moving through consciousness, true activation. Our true activation is not through words. It's not through reading. It's not through reading, you guys. I know that many people still revert to books to be activated, but I would invite you to remember that if you are focusing on the words of another, like even now as I'm speaking, you're not receiving my words, you're receiving the tone. But you can't receive a tone through a book. It's limited just to the words. You are activated through your own reflection of what those words mean to you and the library of information that you hold. When you are receiving through tone, through spoken, through now, through what is present now, and the tone of activation, then you move through ranges of consciousness like we're going to do momentarily. We're going to move through ranges of timekeeper construction, the Orion gateways, that of Yeshua, but not Yeshua the individual as we know. Yeshua, the keeper of time, and that frequency of construction, the architect. This is why he was a builder. This is why he was a construction. This is why he did what he did in the physical, you guys. It's always an ever inherited. Okay, so he is an architect and he is a creator. He is a designer on a cosmic level. So this is what we're going to be, and not just him, but the consciousness. So, yes, amazing. I'm so grateful this is resonating, and I love reading everything you guys are sharing. Embodied consciousness, pure frequencies. It's B1's and receiving. Okay, so the question was B1's authentic self, and those receiving will receive at the level they are able for where we are. When we exchange with another, they're always and ever a mirror of us. They will receive in as much as they are able to understand through their own ability of mind, body, and soul. That's why you always exchange in your own authentic expression. It will always be received at the capacity at which they are able to. If you hold back, then you're not allowing them to be fully in a, because they're actually like, if we deny ourselves full expression, people are going to pick up on that, and they're going to feel like, I don't know if I can fully receive. Now, it doesn't mean that others are not going to be projecting that. And especially when the tones are pure, people will be resistant. They'll be resistant because they're resisting and denying their own ability for growth. But it doesn't mean that you hold back. You always and ever offer, because it's allowing them an opportunity to expand by even their own denial. I mean, that's just the way it is. They're coming to a threshold where they're asked to rise above, and if they deny it, then they must experience the course in which they have chosen, and that is a course of denial, not ascension. Master number 22. Yes, beautiful. Yes, absolutely, Shauna. So I thank you all for receiving this thus far. I know that we've been in here now for about 40 minutes, and we're about to shift into the experience of multidimensionality. We already are right now. We're just experiencing it through a more physical, organic connection. But as we prepare to shift even more, I would invite you to take a moment dial in on your awareness, and feel any of the spaces, any of the, like, just feeling. Oh yes, my dear Gina, this will be available. It's going to be, it's public, so this will be available for anyone that wants to watch it on replay. It'll be available. If anyone is not able to stay around or is wanting to watch this again, it's here. It's here. This is definitely why I was guided. I can even feel now why I was guided to bring this through here, because I'm feeling where this is going to be very, it's here for us all continuously. So yes, replay is available. Absolutely. And I'm definitely feeling the deeper connection here today, you guys. So thank you. For those of you that came over from Instagram, thank you. It just definitely wasn't there. I'm just feeling it so much deeper here, and I thank you. Because we are shifting into a state of unity consciousness, my invitation is, this is a space where we move without mind, and We are going to flow through feeling. And in order for there to be a pure experience, I'm just going to go ahead and invite you to let go of what you think you need, and to let go of what you think you need to understand, and to let go of what you think you need to remember, and let go of anything that you think is needed. Please, 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 just let it go. Oh, I'm so grateful you're here, Gina. I love, love, love having each and every one of you and your energy present. It's always such an honor, such a blessing. I love each and every one of you so much. Letting go of what we think we need, letting go of expectations, letting go, remembering that the words are always and ever music. You're just receiving sounds, allowing the words to be a reflection of light, just as there is no difference between the spoken and the light, unless you allow there to be a need to understand. The expression is always and ever pure when there is no need to understand connected. The words are not holding definition. They are simply waves of energy moving through your awareness. There are no rules. There's nothing that is needed. Requesting access to the Orion, Yeshua, tone, the octaves of Golden Architect, Golden Builder, Golden Purity, Unity. Please declare, I accept, I receive. And I would also invite you to request access yourself, and then to also internally declare, I accept, I receive. Everything that we are moving through is intentional by our own requests. That is another thing that is coming through. If you are always and ever receiving from your guides, where they're always just telling you things, your guides only and ever bring anything through upon your request. They are not hounding you or giving you anything. So if you're receiving information all the time, then these are psychic lines. This is the mind. Or if it is not hounding you, but let's say you asked a question internally, requesting clarity, it did not come immediately. You yourself, from your higher perspective, will drop the tone in, or the word, in divine orchestrated alignment when you are able to receive it. We must understand that there are projections of understanding, where we are continuously projecting this that we think we need, or this that we think needs to be understood, based on what we witness others bringing through. We immediately are in a realm now of psychic connection. We have access to everything, information and knowledge wise. There is nothing that we cannot access right now. Any name, any word, our libraries of information are accessible to us. We are open and receiving, and we are open and exchanging. Consciousness and the flow of heart time, Mariosha, is intentional. It is also through an activated choice where you choose and request access, and you choose and accept to receive access. Even in the reception now of this exchange, everything that you are receiving is a mirror of your own remembrance and understanding. I am merely just a mirror and a conduit of my own understanding, inviting each and every one of you to witness yourselves from within. Please take a deep breath. As we access the lines of Orion, the gateways of heart expansion, of pure perception. Mariotaru shakuriandaki, rukamakuriandake, makata kuriamakate, rike air. Requesting access to the ancient lines, the planetary, cosmic, through Earth Star, Soul Star. Please declare, I accept, I receive. If at any time your ability to receive is interrupted, if this video is interrupted, please let me know. If the sound is interrupted, please let me know. As we are entering our journey, we are joined by the whales and the dolphins. Atlantean, Tarioriende. But what is Atlantean? These water codes, here to assist us. We ask the question, what is Atlantean? What comes to you? I'm hearing Arcturian. Meauru shukuriende, 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 shukuriende. Mari sakorienda shiaka. Re shukurienda. As we travel from our gateways of stellar dimensionality, we pass through the Orion. It is our interstellar travel. It is our gateway into other dimensional realms and other planets. So when we come through Orion, as we are bringing our inheritance, we also go through some schools, and we transition into our transmit point. So you can feel this as a intersecting magnetic lines where you are traveling as consciousness. These plasmic tunnels of light. My question is, which inheritance, which star, which stellar gateway were you bringing into the Orion intersecting point? Which inheritance of soul remembrance was denied upon entry into this realm, based on your own denial of self? Sometimes we connect into information and we say, yes, that's me, that's me, that's me. I've had the remembrance. But anytime you denied yourself, you also separated yourself from remembrance and pure unity. So in preparation of the Orion intersect point, my invitation is to feel in, acknowledge, and accept where you have continuously inherited lines of denial. Palladian, beautiful Shauna. Yes, and I will be at Mount Shasta. And through these lines of inheritance, what are you understanding through your body? Patushya, 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 Batai Indai, Mariushya tu. Te kurike urikai, ise uri ai. Take a moment to fill into your physical, your connection points, the intersecting vortice of joints. The joints are the links of soul. We inherit lines of experience through each part of our body. If there has ever been a denial of any part of you, or just denial in general, that link becomes disconnected. Requesting access to the Orion timekeepers. for expression and expansion. Please declare, I accept, I receive. As these builder frequencies are coming in, I would like for you to feel the divine order where all pieces are unified and whole. As you flow through the crystalline waters, allow yourselves to feel your unity. As you watch yourself bubble and float and feel yourself float. Torio, 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 torio. 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 Torio, torio, torio. I'm feeling that you are drawn and there is an awareness. There are certain parts of you, maybe an arm, maybe a leg, that is carrying a greater disconnect or density. Let us call these aspects into the whole, allowing them to be acknowledged and accepted. Even if we do a lot of work in the body, somatic work, physical work, sometimes because we are so focused on that work, we do not have an opportunity to witness from a higher perspective of where disconnects might be occurring. Planetary Orion elders are stepping in. With requests to access the frequencies, please declare I accept, I receive. We are expanding. We are flowing through the gateways of time. These guardians, these keepers, these these masters are here. I'm feeling there is an intersect right at the solar plexus where a lot have been disconnected through unity. This projection of disconnect, the disillusion of unity through projection of separation in and for the sake of understanding unity. There has been a disconnect where there is only half a self. There was no access to the heart. Although a self might have been declaring, yes, I am connected, or I am expressing, the true aspects were disconnected. The frequencies were in separation vibrationally. We are being invited to connect into the frequencies of Master Time, Keepers of Time, Guardians of Time, because we are unified through our expression of perception, which is unfolding through time. These are lines, frequencies. Requesting access. Please declare I accept, I receive. Toning and tuning, requesting transmitter bells. Tuning forks from the fifth dimensional astral etheric. Please take a deep breath. And I'm feeling where we are now present and also being called continuously through the octaves into this internal unification where the solar plexus and the heart is able to reconnect. Sounds of dolphins, sounds of whales. Allowing yourself to expand, feeling the gateway and the connection, allowing yourself to accept for those that it is resonant, where the disconnect has happened. Where you have been holding perceptions of I am not this and I don't do that and I can't connect with others because of this and others are doing this and therefore I cannot, therefore I am not. And releasing those projections of comparison and of expectation. Calling these aspects of self into the hearts, calling them home. Allowing them to come in. Allowing yourself to view where you have been projecting separation. Allowing yourself to view or where you have projecting control, where you have projected, where others must meet you, an expectation of exchange. Allowing yourself to clear this by accepting and allowing that to be an acknowledgement, a recognition. The octaves of Yeshua stepping in. Dariukai, Dariuki. Requesting access to the constructed Christos, which is this is mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. It is not just one person. It is the embodiment of consciousness where there is not just mind, there is not just body, there is not just soul, there is unity. Matai inai koriayo, naria kori, aruasura, ikaruai, akurai, inai. Please declare, I accept, I receive, as we enter the halls of unity, the reclamation of self. We are not just body, we are not just mind, we are not just soul, we are unified in light. We are not just one expression, and others are not separate from us through their expression. Others express authentically that which they are experiencing. And if we feel disconnected from their expression, we are simply denying that mirror of joy. We are simply denying that mirror of self. There's a lot coming in through the heart. Please take a deep breath. I'm going to move through some tones of anchor so that if there is a feeling of anxiety or excitement, just understand that you're calibrating to those aspects of self that you're reclaiming. You're safe. Everything is okay. Requesting access to the calibration, requesting access to the anchor codes. Isha, 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 hi, 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 hi. Kurkai matuki anduya chikuri andia kayo kurkayai kurkayai reo tuyo takurkai makutai arkai uya ay Sakay ainda Yeshua kurk makayo tia sukutakay yukuk ay maku tako takur kay matakay uri takuri makayushku. Tukurkai Moriati Ushai Zatayin de Yushia Bayata Yushia Batukutai Mediata Yushiande Reatusha Mariatusha Zindia Dura Kayuti Ai Zayatai Jundayai Rendokiai, Matak-a, Ru-ai, Ishku-ai, Inde Akuri. Matiai Uyandu Ari Asuku Amboyati Asi and Ua. Tik-a, 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 tuku-ai, 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 tuku-ai. Just please take a deep breath. Feeling so many aspects of soul that have been integrated. I just feel so much more of a unity and completion within these aspects that were separate still. In the lower Maru Shiakai. These fragments of time. Bariketik utai. Bariketik it utai. Giatayu shiatai matuku arik e suku ai suku ai suku ai suku ai ere and the uska ai suku ai suku ai Nairu shatari. And we will now bring through a final wave of golden builder codes, the architects, golden time, allowing us to seal and solidify the reclamation. Ooh, gosh, gosh. Please declare I accept, I receive, requesting access, opening, requesting access to the axonia lines of integration. Feeling the expansion, Just allowing yourself to acclimate as we flow through the plasmic lines. Receiving the tones, receiving the dialects, allowing these to come into a unified form within you. We've actually risen into a pretty high range of frequency plasma. I'm feeling where from the heart we've been lifted. This is happening through the wing space. And the head is opening where the pineal gland is transmitting. We are anchoring. And as we prepare to transition, just please allow yourself to intentionally accept and receive these builder codes, these architect codes. These are assisting in the reconstruction through the DNA, reconstructing through your perception, reconstructing through your attunement of resonance. This is how you are aligning to new times of experience. These will be continuously unpacking through you. But they will and can only seed, you can only seed the lines of magnetic light time, the golden light time. When you are holding a perception of purity. This is how you continuously seed the grids through tone and attunement and through pure perception. This is your sovereign sacred service. Understanding that we are unified through sovereign sacred authority. We are not separate through servitude. Servitude is separate. Servitude is a job. Servitude is something that we always have to do. Servitude is where we feel that we have to do something for the collective. We have to do something for the grids. We have to do something within the grids. We have to fulfill something. We carry the responsibility of servitude. This is also the distortion of how the mind understands sacred service. It becomes distorted and you fragment yourself through time. And as we reclaim and integrate our divine, sovereign, sacred authority, we are honoring the sacred service by being the presence, by just being in existence of our attunement and our activated remembrance. There is nothing that Gaia or Terra, the Star Mother, the true pure tone of her is Tara, 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 the Star Mother. and she exists. She is consciousness. The only thing she and us are in an agreement with is the fulfillment of our mission, and our mission is us. Us. For us to embody, for us to ascend, and thus we and her exchange continuously and are one, and we are unified in this sovereign, sacred understanding. There's nothing she needs us to do, nothing, other than just exist and activate through our own remembrance. It is time for us to shed the responsibility of doing, where we say, this is what she needs us to do this. The divine masculine needs us to do this. The divine feminine needs us to do this. We must do this. That is carrying responsibility. Requesting access to integrate into the pillar of light, anchored into the soul star, anchored into the earth star, anchored and expanded through the heart star. Please declare I accept, I receive as we transition into our final integration point. Layering. Beatoriasia Mario Sukotaisha Mateuriatia Sukuriatia Mde Uriai Marco Uriai Marco I 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 Gari Shotori Makur. Sup, 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 sup. Allowing yourself to come into the awareness. Coming in. Torikotoria, torikatoria, 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 torikatot, I, torikatot, tarikatot, tarikatot, I. Coming into the awareness, coming into the highest perception of self. Goriai, 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 goriai. And just allowing yourself to settle and anchor. Goriatai, goriatai, goriatai. Soup. Su. Su. Anchored into the Earth Star. Anchored into our highest divine inheritance of pure time. Anchored into the Soul Star. Anchored into our highest inheritance of pure cosmic lines. And of course, anchored into the Heart Star, expanding always and outwards, always and ever inwards, expanding within, expanding without. Airi Oriya Satayushia. All has been integrated. Maria Teushia Karaya Teu I. All has been experienced. Katayu Matiki Eshi Uda. All is complete. We are complete. And so it is. Ariya Teushia Mariyu. Closing out Tarikutai, Karikatai, Kurikatai, the gateways. Turku, 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 Su. Allowing for integration. Sutu, 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 ha, ha. Su, su. Thank you all for receiving. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just taking a moment to come back and just allowing yourself to be present. My ears have been popping like I'm still feeling like I need to pop my ears. Ow. They just pulled my hair out. Yeah. Like so much. There it goes. There it goes. Whew. There's the popping. There we go. Got it open. So much. And the physical in these octaves of light needs to stretch. That's why the walking is good. After this, I would definitely recommend stretching, moving, extending, dancing. I'm gonna go walk and stretch and move. I'm just move it, move it, move it, move it, move it. Trying to, the pressure in the head from the plasmic waves. I'm always needing to pop my ears. I thank you all for receiving. I am so grateful to hear all of this. So grateful, so grateful. Thank you for hanging in there. As always, thank you for receiving the message. Thank you for just exchanging. Thank you for providing your own mirror. Thank you for providing your own witness. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for just being present. I am so grateful to each and every one of you. And 11:11, and it's 1:11 here. Thank you, Irene. Amazing. Closing this out at the beautiful portal of closing here. This integration, I'm hearing, is going to call any aspects of you to the surface if they haven't already. Of course, we view this, but sometimes our viewing is absolutely wherever and however you viewed while you were in that state was exactly divinely orchestrated, divinely aligned, moving forward, because you're in a state of pure consciousness, pure connection. I'm hoping when we step out of being fully present in the octaves in this way, this happens a lot of times, we will step back into a connection of just one or maybe two, where we're mind and some body, or we're body and some mind, where soul is in there, but you know what I'm saying, where we're just in one or the other. My invitation would be to allow yourself to honor a flow into astral etheric, simply because astral etheric is all. It is where you can view all that you are, where you're not just mind, you're not just projections of mind, you're not just the physical body and how the mind constructs the physical body. You're not just the physical remembering, but you are all. And then to bring that back in and connect into the physical in a way where you just simply feel honoring and allowing an investment of energy in a way where if you take a day off, or you take 5 days off, or you take 3 weeks off, and in that time you feel like disconnecting from social media, you feel like disconnecting from people, you feel like just sleeping all day, if that's what you are guided to, if this is what feels good, honor, honor, honor. There's going to be an attempt anytime that you rest in that way, anytime you just purely exist and you're not going and doing and you're not exchanging with others and you're not consistently connected into social media or your phone where there's a consistent link of other people's energy. Sometimes when this happens, when we rest and we're just completely disconnected for longer than we normally allow, we will end up projecting immediately, because that's what we normally do. That will call us back into busyness, and we'll say, "Oh, I'm not doing enough. I know I'm not receiving enough. I'm not. I don't know who's sharing what. I don't know who's sharing what. You know, what if there's an offering that I missed? What if someone that I admire is sharing something and I need to know what they're saying?" Again, that's the mind, and that's that aspect of you that is separating you from yourself. Everyone is on this path to reflect to you where you are. If you are consistently feeling like you need connection to others, then you're actually separating you from yourself. The connection with others should always and ever be a reflection. It should always and ever be a mirror. It should never be a need. It should always be a call that was answered, because that's simply where you exist, and that's where you exist in co-collaboration and co-creation. It's where you already are. It's not where you need to be, it's where you already exist, and others are there just to mirror it back. So if there is a continual showing up in a way that is, I need those that I admire to see me and to know that I'm receiving them, you're projecting. And you're projecting that admiration, and you're projecting that need. Okay, so I think sometimes we do this and we're so used to it that we don't even realize that that's what it is. So when we come together and we exchange in a way that is open and free, we just have our experiences. And this is why being in a space of sharing is so beautiful, because then you can just move through your experiences and you're like, oh my goodness. And you just drop in, and you just drop in the codes, or you drop in the photo of light, or you drop in the light language, or you just drop in what you're feeling in your heart. And everyone in that moment joins you in witness. Everyone that's aligned to join you in that moment. It doesn't mean everyone has to or everyone is going to. It just means those that are meant to are going to join you and reflect. And even if you're not a part of a space where this is something that you continually have access to, you can use this in social media. Anytime you do get on your phone, just allow those posts and allow those sharings just to simply be a reflection, like, oh, yep, that's what I'm experiencing. If you reach into the connection in a way where you have to be on there, and you have to be checking, and you need the connection, and you need to know what others are posting, then it's no longer a mirror, it's a projection. It's no longer an exchange of free flowing energy. It's a separation of self. And then the exchange is always and ever based on, I would say, information. It's not based on feeling. There comes a point where when you're projecting, you can only ever exchange through words. Like, it doesn't go deeper, because projection can't go deeper. It can't go deeper than words. And then also that will be the point where when you're projecting separation, you'll also be simultaneously attempting to understand what others are expressing, or attempting to connect in a way that says, well, I need to understand that better. I need deeper clarity. I need to understand, right? Can you clarify, or not can you clarify? Can you expand? Can you offer an expansion? Can you offer clarity? And understanding that the clarity doesn't come through the person that's expressing, the clarity comes through you. Either your lens is clear or it's not. If your lens is not clear, then you will seek clarity through another. You will need expansion by explanation, instead of allowing the receiving to be integrated and expand within you. And then you yourself are feeling, receiving, and understanding through the feeling itself, through the vibration, through the frequency. And again, this is a big one for the collective, and not just the greater collective that's not awakened. I mean the spiritual collective, where there's so much information exchanged all the time, and we have a tendency, and I know I have to pull myself away from, especially when you're offering, or you're connected with others, or you're a part of a group, where we put this responsibility there that's like, oh, I need to respond right away, or I need to see what's being shared, or I need to, if someone I admire messages me, I'm going to respond right away. There needs to be a place where you allow yourself to flow in, receive, and flow out. Flow in, flow out. Okay? So great to have you, my dear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will be wrapping this momentarily, just so everyone is aware. I just wanted to share this in closing so that everyone understands that there are two types of agreements. Actually, there's more. But when we're exchanging with a group that we hold an agreement with, then we hold an agreement with ourselves. If we're consistently exchanging freely through social media, and just by the free receiving of ourselves through others, then we end up placing ourselves in an expected state, because there's no specific agreement there being received. It's just, if I feel that I need to be connected at all times, if I feel that I need to receive someone, or I feel like I need to respond right away, that I'm actually projecting an expectation, and I'm also actually simultaneously preventing myself from being in flow. Because flow is, oh, I just felt like picking my phone up and checking. I respond, I sit my phone down, I flow in, I flow out, I flow in, I flow out. And I respond in that moment of flow. I sit my phone down, I flow into another experience. When I flow back into the phone, I respond, and then I flow back into another experience. That's flow. If you are always responding immediately, now I'm not like in the moment of flow, where you're there responding and things pop up and you're flowing into the next response, that's one thing. But if you have like your ringer on all the time, or you're constantly checking your phone, or you're constantly checking to see if someone responded to you, just know that that's a need, and that's not flow. Okay? Even, and especially like for those in my group, anytime you drop in and receive from a place that is just allowing yourself to receive, just floating through and scrolling through, and the ones that are aligned, the ones that feel like, you feel like, oh yes, I feel like it's not even a thought. It's like as soon as you read something, it's so resonant that immediately there's a mirror that comes through you and you respond. And that I feel is how we are meant to receive, where we scroll and we are reading and we're accepting and we're honoring everyone's expression, and we respond to those that we feel most resonant to in the now. And if we feel called to come back and respond and go deeper, then we can. But if you feel like you have to, then you will always never block yourself from flow. So I hope this has been of service. I do hope that you are able to gain a higher perspective of yourself. I do hope that you are able to allow yourself to choose something different, to choose to exchange in a way that allows freedom, where there is no more expectation and there also is no more projection of unworthiness, projection of responsibility, or projection of separation. I do hope that unity has been understood through your own experience in this gathering. And with the reconstruction that's taking place in the hips and the thighs, I know we've been feeling it, right? In our joints, in our hips, in our back, in our lower back. So much is being reconstructed. And in order for it to unfold in a way that is going to come into divine order, we must be sure that, especially now that we're aware of this, that we don't project anything that will prevent the divine order from coming into its vibrational harmony. That's why anytime you receive something where you go deep like this, you really need to take the time away from so many connections so that you do integrate, and so that you don't disrupt your own frequency by those projections of needing to be, right? Needing to be instead of just existing. So that could be a day, that could be 3 days, whatever it is for you. In the meantime, just allow yourself to flow in, exchange, flow out, without holding any responsibility for yourself or others. So I love you all. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you for joining with me. I thank you for receiving. And I am very much looking forward to gathering with you all again soon. Next one is coming for my group. So I look forward to seeing you guys in a gathering this weekend, I hope, or sooner. So until then, I wish you all the most beautiful, blessed, and abundant day of unity and freedom and flow. Closing the circle out. Tarikutayu shingpiyataki sukutai. Rakitayu shiatari tari 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 tuyasindai. Ru shu ru shu ru shu su su su. Thank you. Kiatuya arindayu shiakutai. Until next time. Adonai.